Well, obviously it's a bit frustrating to get pretty close, but not actually to win it. But I'm very proud of the campaign that I fought, and we built a real momentum during the campaign. But look, we've now reached an outcome, and it's very important for us to unite as a party and to start the fight back, as Tim said in his speech, and I'm confident we can do that.
Does this mean the party is now heading to the left and towards some kind of working relationship with Labour?
Well, I think the outcome of the election, with quite a close result, demonstrates that there are many people in the party who have sort of strong views about the issues that I raised during the campaign. And it's very important that they're reflected, as I'm sure they will be, as we go forward. So I want us to be a liberal party, a radical liberal party, and that doesn't sit very comfortably in the left-right spectrum. We will challenge both Labour and the Conservatives, and fundamentally it's about giving power to people and power to communities, and that's what we will be about.
Now, the reason why I ask is because David Steele, the former leader who was praised by Tim Farron tonight, has already mooted that idea of establishing some kind of partnership with the Labour Party.
Well, my view as a liberal and as a progressive is that progressives across politics should be prepared to talk to each other. We should not be tribal in our politics, absolutely. Indeed, last week I met with Caroline Lucas to talk about how we could work together in Westminster on the areas where we agree on the absolute imperative of tackling climate change, on civil liberties, on Europe. But we should be prepared to talk to people in the Labour Party as well. But they're going through quite a tortured election campaign themselves with what looks like quite a lot of acrimony. And I think it's worth us just standing back from that for a while and building our own brand and our own values and demonstrating those to the British people. That's, I think, what our greatest priority must be.
Tim Farron is also a committed evangelical Christian. He's had what some would see as a small c Conservative voting record on issues such as gay marriage and also abortion. Is that compatible with the sort of liberalism you've been telling me about?
Well, I think Tim has been very clear that he won't allow his faith to in any way interfere with his leadership of the party. We must always respect people of faith. I happen to be very different. I'm not fortunate enough in a way to have a profound faith, but the important thing is liberal values and making sure that we speak for all the millions of people across our country who actually share those liberal values and need a voice in Parliament.
What do you see your role now as the runner-up in this contest as being?
Well, the first thing is to get a holiday. I haven't had a day off since the 1st of January. So it's a bit knackering, to be honest. And I think just getting a bit of rest, recuperation, spending some time with Mary, my wife, watching my team Norwich City will give me a better perspective on things. But look, I'm determined to play my part in the fight back. And I have things that I'm passionate about. I will continue my fight for equality for those people who suffer from mental ill health, something that I care very deeply about. These things aren't going to stop simply because I haven't won this election.
You were a minister, and I think many people regarded you as a strong minister, a minister who knew what he was doing when it came to the briefs in the health department. Nonetheless, do you think it was a mistake for the Liberal Democrats to enter into that coalition with the Conservatives?
No, absolutely not. I think we acted fundamentally in the national interest. I think the country is in a much better place now than it was 5 years ago. And I think what we will now see is what a Conservative government is like, unconstrained by the Liberal Democrats. So, for example, in the budget, we've already seen quite a dramatic cut in the income of people in work on low incomes as a result of the cut in the tax credit. So this is a very different government to the coalition, and there's so many things that we should be proud of. The pupil premium, which gets £2.5 billion into schools for children from the poorest background, my own work on mental health, cutting tax for people on low pay, these are liberal values that we implemented in government, and we should be proud of them.
Norman Lamb, thank you.